conferred the title of Honorary Father on the Secretary General and Presidential Affairs Minister Mamadou Sabali. Farmer Kanye witnessed the program attended by APRC heavyweights, and he now tells us more.
And dedication to national duty was the reason why the President of the Republic of the Gambia appointed him Secretary General and Minister for Presidential Affairs. The statement was made by the Mayor of the Kanifing Municipality and National Mobilizer of the ruling Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction, Yankuba Koli, whilst addressing a meeting that attracted district chiefs, governors and APRC heavyweights. The program was held by the fellow community of Nokunda in Badibu to confer the honorary title of Father on the Presidential Affairs Minister, Mamadou Sabali. The APRC National Mobilizer also said the fuller community of Nokunda village are loyal supporters of the ruling party. Koli thanked the Nokunda fuller community for their trust in the Secretary General and encouraged them to be active and good citizens. For the Paramount Chief, the decision to confer the honorary title on the Secretary General and Minister for Presidential Affairs is a step in the right direction. The Paramount Faithful also said President Jammeh's decision to elevate Mr. Sabali is commendable. Sanyan thanked the fuller community of Nokunda village for their unalloyed support for the President and the ruling party. Farmer Kanye, Grts News.
Meanwhile, all APRC militants and officials selected to perform the Hajj this year, especially those residing in the provinces, are advised to liaise with the APRC Bureau for information regarding their Hajj arrangements. A news release from the APRC Bureau states that those selected can either go to the Bureau in person or dial the following numbers: 9923 923, 799 3923, 36 36 036, 9924 812, 439 9836 or 2155320. The dispatch also states that as a matter of urgency, the intended pilgrims are required to produce a valid Gambian passport, 4 passport-sized photographs and a vaccination card. All APRC prospective pilgrims are invited to an urgent meeting at the APRC Bureau in Kanifing on Thursday, 19th September 2013 at 12:30 p.m. The release ends. The Ministry of Health and Social Welfare and the World Health Organization recently organized a 4-day seminar on tobacco control. The interface forms part of efforts to curb the devastating effects of tobacco consumption. Uminjai has the details.
For the arrest of millions of lives across the globe, and the Gambia is no exception. The 2010 countrywide assessment conducted by the Health Ministry in collaboration with the World Health Organization revealed worrying statistics which indicated over 31% of the adult population aged between 25 to 34 years smoke cigarettes. Health experts consider this situation a great concern, prompting this 4-day seminar premised on the need to control the consumption of tobacco in the country. The forum is a perfect opportunity for health experts and stakeholders to assess the status of the country in terms of tobacco consumption, as well as generate support for a comprehensive national tobacco control strategy. And as Omar Sy, the health minister, puts it, the Gambia has been in the forefront in tobacco control in the sub-region.
The Minister of Health is very much aware of the complexities surrounding tobacco control and believes that no single agency or entity can tackle this complexity alone. Effective tobacco control, therefore, requires coordinated multi-sectoral action.
Mamadou Sy from the World Health Organization Country Office described the initiative as vital in the growth of multi-sectoral and global efforts to curb tobacco usage.
Clearly demonstrates the growing multi-sectoral efforts, clearly visible in the Gambia, geared towards tobacco control. The different phases and backgrounds in this room are an indication that the Gambia is indeed sensitive to the multi-sectoral push needed and recommended for effective tobacco control, and more so for the implementation of the WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, the WHO FCTC.
William reaffirmed the World Health Organization's commitment to recommend the most effective strategy in the implementation of tobacco control in the country.
In this workshop, I think our biggest expectation is that this statement and the WHO side to ensure that we are able to get a roadmap for comprehensive legislation, a strategic plan, and enforcement of the existing legislation, and also adoption of regulations to enforce some of those acts which are in existence.
Since statistics in the 2010 conducted tobacco control country report indicated that tobacco is responsible for 5% of all deaths due to non-communicable diseases in adults aged 30 and above. This intervention by the Health Ministry and WHO to control the epidemic could not have come at a better time. Uminjai, GRTS.
We now take our first break. The news continues right after. Welcome back. In Egypt, another high-profile member of the Muslim Brotherhood is under arrest, according to a state-run newspaper. Spokesman Jihad al-Haddad is accused of inciting violence and murder. He's been transferred to the Torah prisons on the outskirts of Cairo. More than 2,000 Brotherhood members have been arrested since the military ousted President Mohamed Morsi back in July. Also on Tuesday, an Egyptian court upheld an order to keep the arrested Brotherhood leaders in prison. While protests against Morsi's ouster are getting lots of support from thousands of football fans who also played a role in the 2011 revolution. Carl Pennell has more on that from Cairo.
Just scored the winner. He's one of the capos, a cheerleader to die-hard football fans they call ultras. With the beat of their drums, Cairo's street politics now looks like a soccer match. A group of ultras is siding with supporters of ousted Islamist President Mohamed Morsi and injecting new vigour into protests against the military coup. These two ultras leaders fear police will target them, so agreed to conceal their identities. Ultras live and breathe football. We're adapting the signs and chants from football to these protests. It's beautiful. It energizes people and gives them hope, he says. It seems to be working. Even demonstrators who admit they can't tell Ronaldo from Rooney are catching on. Ultras were credited with playing a front-line role in the 2011 revolution that toppled Hosni Mubarak and led clashes around the Interior Ministry later that year. The name Ultras is a symbol. It doesn't matter whether you support Al-Ahli or Zamalek. Everybody feels a strong bond with the Ultras, he says. Egypt's football hooligans have often fought each other, sometimes with deadly results.
Investigators in the U.S. still have no motive for Monday's massacre at the Washington Navy Yard. New details have emerged about the gunman, Aaron Alexis. He recently told police he believed he was being followed and was hearing voices. Alexis shot and killed 12 people before he was killed in a confrontation with police. Pamela Brown gives the latest on the ongoing investigations.
In a case like this, where you've got so many red flags over a protracted period of time, I mean, it almost seems that this is the type of thing that was bound to happen.
Even more troubling, Alexis's record while serving as a Navy reservist. 8 instances of misconduct, including insubordination, disorderly conduct, and unauthorized absences from work.
It's easy now to look back and piece it all together and say somebody should have known. If you think about it over a long period of time, it's a little more challenging.
He was honorably discharged in 2011 and retained his Navy-issued security clearance, which is good for 10 years. The defense contractor he was working for is now pointing the finger at the military for overlooking his misconduct as a civilian and during his service.
Looking at the offenses while he was in the Navy, the offenses while he was in uniform, none of those give you an indication that he was capable of this sort of brutal, vicious violence.
Investigators are now collecting evidence from multiple crime scenes, towing away his rental car, removing boxes of materials from his hotel room, interviewing family members in Brooklyn, all in hope of understanding why he did this.
Attention to the ravages of a devastating flood in the U.S. state of Colorado.